Arne Slot enjoyed a winning Premier League start at Anfield, as goals from Luis Diaz and Mohamed Salah saw Liverpool cruise to a straightforward victory over Brentford. The Dutchman's Liverpool record now reads 2 wins from 2 games, following last weekend's 2-0 triumph at Ipswich Town, and although his side rarely reached their free-flowing best against the Bees, they always had enough in hand to join Manchester City, Brighton and Arsenal in holding a 100% record after 2 games. Brentford, who were again without striker Ivan Toney, as he mulls over a move to Saudi Arabia, created little from open play, but were a constant threat at set pieces. Diaz handed Liverpool a thrilling opener after 13 minutes, finishing a lightning break, and Salah notched his second of the season with 20 minutes to go to end Brentford's challenge. Slot's Liverpool were expected to focus more on retaining possession and play with greater control than they did under his predecessor, Jurgen Klopp. Yet, their opening goal was straight out of the Klopp playbook. It stemmed from a Brentford corner, which Liverpool cleared as far as Jota, who launched a blistering counterattack with a darting run and a wonderfully timed through ball for Diaz. The Colombia winger still had plenty to do, but he made the finish look easy, powering a left-footed finish high past Brentford goalkeeper Mark Flecken. Liverpool were in total command, and only a smart save from Flecken denied Andy Robertson a second goal 6 minutes later. Brentford gradually grew into the game as Liverpool's dominance waned, and they ought to have equalized just after the half-hour mark. Brian Bumo whipped in a free kick from the left, and Christian Norgard somehow failed to make proper contact on his header from 6 yards out with the ball drifting wide. The game had started to become scrappy as the half developed, but both sides had chances before the interval. Trent Alexander-Arnold, seeing a shot deflected over by Nathan Collins, while Liverpool goalkeeper Alisson was required to repel a shot from the lively Keane Lewis-Potter. If Brentford were to get back into it, it seemed as though set pieces would be their most likely source of an equalizer. And they nearly utilized that route 10 minutes into the second half, a corner routine ending with a Matthias Jensen cross that Collins met with a bullet header that flew straight at Alisson. Republic of Ireland centre-half Collins was having a busy afternoon, and he excelled himself twice in the space of 8 second-half minutes, with brilliant blocks to deny Jota, with the Portugal international seemingly poised to double Liverpool's advantage. The second goal did arrive, however, after 70 minutes. Diaz worked space in midfield and picked out a lovely pass for Salah, and the Egypt star made no mistake by clipping his finish over the advancing Flecken. Bournemouth were forced to settle for a point after VR denied them a stoppage-time winner in a 1-1 draw against Newcastle. Dango Ouattara rose to head in Lewis Cook's corner from the right, but following a VR review, he was adjudged to have used his left arm to help the ball over the line, and so the goal was chalked out, much to the fury of Cherry's boss Andoni Iraola. Led by Alexander Isak, who was eager to get off the mark for the season, Newcastle made a promising start until their momentum just dropped away, and Bournemouth's press began to cause problems. With 37 minutes gone, the hosts, who had hit the bar through Antoine Semenyo not long before, established a deserved lead over their passive visitors. Joelinton cheaply turned over the ball to Semenyo, who drove on and crossed for Marcus Tavernier to roll in. The impressive Semenyo came close with another 2 openings himself before putting the ball on a plate for Evanilson just after the hour. The Brazilian stretched to meet it at the far post, but somehow failed to convert a chance with an XG value of 0.63. That afforded a Newcastle side growing in confidence the opportunity to level, which they did 13 minutes from time. Harvey Barnes' delicious cross flew over everyone in the box and dropped perfectly for Anthony Gordon, whose first-time connection beat Neto. Following 2 big saves from Neto, Bournemouth thought they had won it in the 93rd minute. Ouattara, under pressure from Dan Burn, jumped and bowed his head to meet Cook's delivery. The goal was given on the pitch, but on the recommendation of VR Simon Hooper, Coote ruled the goal out, which quickly turned the atmosphere inside the Vitality hostile, as the sides shared the points. Newcastle climbed to 5th in the embryonic Premier League table as a result, with Bournemouth down in 14th after a second straight draw. Noni Madueke apologized for his social media post about Wolverhampton after netting a quick-fire hat trick in the second half, as Chelsea hammered Wolves 6-2 for their first win of the 2024-25 Premier League season. A lively atmosphere in Wolves' first home game of the season was quickly dampened by Nicholas Jackson's early opener for Chelsea. The Senegalese striker found himself unmarked at the back post to head home his first goal of the season. Matheus Cunha, who came into the lineup for Rodrigo Gomes, thought he had netted an equalizer for Wolves following a well-worked move with new signing Jørgen Strand Larsen, only to see his celebrations cut short by the offside flag. He would not be denied at the second time of asking, though, curling the ball into the back of the net after some neat work by left-back Ryan Ait-Nouri around the edge of the box. It was a game that felt as if it could bubble over at any moment. Cunha wasted no time in letting Jackson know about the equalizer, which led to another tussle between both teams, which the match officials had to split up. There are 143 miles separating Chelsea and Wolverhampton, but they played this one like they were local rivals. After equalizing, the hosts looked the better side, but it was Chelsea who restored their lead just before the interval, as Cole Palmer, who was cautioned moments earlier as his frustration in the game grew, spotted Jose Sa off his line and lifted his first-time effort over the keeper. The advantage was short-lived for Enzo Maresca's side, though, after a well-worked set-piece routine saw Yerson Mosquera head the ball back across the face of goal to the outstretched leg of Strand Larsen, who made no mistake in front of goal. Neither side scored in their opening game of the season, but made up for lost time here, with 4 goals in the first half. The second half picked up from where the first had left off, as pantomime villain Madueke wasted no time in restoring the lead for Chelsea just after the break. Things then went from bad to worse for Wolves, with Madueke netting his second and third of the afternoon just after the hour mark. Same angle each time, same outcome. It was a sucker punch for Gary O'Neill's side, who had no answer to Chelsea's electric start to the second half. To add insult to injury, Mario Lemina's stunning effort was ruled out for offside before substitute João Felix added a 6th for the visitors on his second debut for the club. The match begins. The ball is rolling, and the match between Aston Villa versus Arsenal, corresponding to match day 2 of 2024-25 Premier League, is already underway. Dangerous shot. Declan Rice's left-footed shot from the left side of the box is saved for Arsenal, but the ball does not find its way into the goal. 15. Very dangerous play by Arsenal. Saka's dangerous shot in favor of Arsenal, which the home goalkeeper manages to touch and sends to the corner. 25. Can't believe what Aston Villa lost. Incredible. Ollie Watkins received a pass in the box alone, shot in front of goal, and missed the clearest chance of all. He was alone. 28. Wasted play. Arsenal looks to generate set plays, but misses at the back of the goal. 32. Missed shot. Missed shot by Thomas Partey for Arsenal. The visitors have not scored yet. 35. Turn up the heat. The match begins to turn violent due to a couple of balls thrown between players from both teams. The referee intervenes. 44. Long shot. Leon Bailey's shot for Aston Villa after an assist from Ollie Watkins. It goes wide. End of the first half. With a goalless draw, we go to halftime. At the moment, neither team is taking advantage on the scoreboard. Second half begins. After halftime, it was time for the second half of the match. Will we have a winner? Foul by William Saliba on Ollie Watkins. It will be a direct offensive free kick in favor of Aston Villa. 54. Header. Dangerous header from Ollie Watkins in Aston Villa's attack, but the ball is saved by the Arsenal goalkeeper. 67. In just 2 minutes on the pitch, Leandro Trossard scores the first goal of the match in favor of Arsenal after receiving a rebound in the box and finishing with a right-footed shot. 77. Goal. Thomas Partey scores the second for Arsenal after right-footed shot from outside the box to the right side of the goal. The assist was provided by Bukayo Saka. 80. Unbelievable loss for Arsenal. Martin Odegaard received a pass in the center of the box, shot left-footed, and missed a key opportunity. The ball went over. End of the match. Arsenal beat Aston Villa 2-0 away, thanks to goals from Leandro Trossard and Thomas Partey.
South Korean scores twice and Yves Bissouma nets first goal for club as Spurs beat Toffees 4-0. Yves Bissouma scored on his return to the side and Son Heung-min netted twice as Tottenham Hotspur trashed Everton 4-0 for their first win of the season. 0-2, Tottenham hit the post. From a corner kick, Romero rises alone and heads the ball firmly. The ball hits the post. 06 feet, almost a goal for Tottenham. In the move down the right, Son finishes with a cross from outside the area and Pickford palms it away. 11 feet, almost a goal for Tottenham. Romero finds Maddison in depth, who shoots in the middle of the area and Pickford palms it away. 14 feet, Tottenham goal. Bissouma opens the scoring. Kulusevski dribbles past the defender in the middle of the box and passes back to the goalscorer, who shoots powerfully from the edge of the box and bulges the net. 17 feet, Everton miss chance to equalize. McNeil sends in a tight cross from the right, but Harrison fails to control it and deflects it towards the byline. 25 feet, Tottenham goal. Son extends the lead. Everton's defense passes back to Pickford, who fails to control the ball and leaves the goal open for the striker to finish and put the ball in the net. 35 feet, Everton try to react. In the move down the left, McNeil advances and makes a tight cross. Calvert-Lewin heads the ball, but it is deflected and Tottenham's defense recovers. 48 feet, end of first half. For now, Tottenham are leading Everton 2-0. We'll be back shortly to watch the final stage. Second half begins. The ball starts rolling again. 13 feet, almost a goal for Everton. Lindstrom picks up the rebound inside the box, shoots across goal and Vicario palms it away. 26 feet, Tottenham goal. Romero doubles the lead. From a corner kick, Maddison lifts the ball into the box for the goalscorer, who heads it firmly into the net. 32 feet, Tottenham goal. Son scores the second and Tottenham's fourth. 45 feet, Tottenham try to extend their lead. Bergvall crosses into the box, Sarr heads the ball and it goes wide. 50 feet, end of the game. Tottenham beat Everton 4-0 in the second round of the Premier League.
Manchester United suffered a crushing 2-1 defeat at Brighton on Saturday, following what was a hard-fought encounter. With an unchanged starting lineup from the opening game, manager Erik ten Hag appeared to have retained confidence in the team that secured a 1-0 victory over Fulham at Old Trafford. For much of the opening period, it was United who were on the attack, maintaining a high press while driving forward into the hosts' final third. Still, it was an intense midfield battle, with neither team managing to formulate any scoring opportunities. In the 10th minute, João Pedro took a speculative shot from far that veered wide. While non-threatening, Pedro's shot came from a build-up where Andre Onana's pass was cut out by James Milner. United would have to be more focused when playing out from the back to avoid further costly mistakes. Moments later, Diogo Dalot burst forward, firing a threatening cross into the box that met Amad Diallo. Unfortunately, Amad's shot veered wide, wasting a prime scoring opportunity from meters out. It was a positive show of force from United. While Yankuba Minte raced into the box after getting on the end of a long ball, Casemiro produced a slick tackle to dispossess the Gambian. After United won a free kick due to a handball, Amad swung in a promising cross. However, Casemiro headed the ball over the crossbar. Still, United appeared to be quite forceful in attack, a promising sign for United fans. Bruno Fernandes drove in a promising cross after 25 minutes. However, Brighton's defense held steady. Dalot scooped up the rebound. However, his long-range effort soared over the top. In the 31st minute, disaster struck as former United striker Danny Welbeck scored from close range to hand Brighton the lead. It was a soft goal for Welbeck, who was completely unmarked as he converted an easy tap-in completely against the run of play. Moments later, it appeared that United exacted revenge. Marcus Rashford got on the end of an Amad cross, heading the ball at the keeper. The rebound then deflected off Rashford's heel into the back of the net. Unfortunately, he was ruled marginally offside. 10 minutes from the break, Mason Mount sent a promising through ball into the box for Rashford. However, his pass was cut out for a corner. On a subsequent counter, Fernandes laid off the ball to Mount, whose shot from distance was saved by Jason Steele. As the players made their way down the tunnel at halftime, it was clear that Ten Hag would need to make some strategic changes during the break. Clearly, his team were still struggling to deliver the finished product, resulting in them trailing despite dominating much of the game. Ten Hag did make a change at halftime as needed, bringing on Joshua Zirkzee for Mount. Hopefully, with a recognized striker up front, United would be able to improve their attacking play. Erling Haaland netted his 23rd career hat-trick as Manchester City came from behind to eventually beat Ipswich Town 4-1. Kieran McKenna's side took a shock lead through Sammy Smodics on 7 minutes, but the champions soon clicked through the gears, albeit they were given some help from some poor Ipswich decision-making. As little as 9 minutes after the Smodics opener, Man City were 3-1 up. Murich's head must have been still blurry as just a minute later, he darted out trying to cut out a De Bruyne pass, only to see Haaland nod the ball beyond him and finish from a tight angle. The Ipswich crossbar was then rattled by Rico Lewis and De Bruyne as City threatened a fourth. Ipswich defended with good organization after the break, and Guardiola turned to his bench with chants of "Gundo's coming home," filling the air as Ilkay Gundogan was introduced alongside Jack Grealish with 19 minutes remaining. Haaland claimed the match ball in the 87th minute when he turned on the edge of the box and powered home a low finish. Having also scored against Chelsea in the season's opening game, Haaland now has 67 goals in 68 Premier League appearances and 94 in all competitions since joining City. Manchester City boss Pep Guardiola. Haaland, feels better than the previous seasons, not having too many holidays. I remember him saying he was tired and drained. This season, he's arrived really well. Of course, he can't play every game, but the goals he scores is unbelievable. He did it in Salzburg. He did it in Germany. It's ridiculous. He can compete with Ronaldo and Messi with his goals. We are happy to have him and be here for many years. The body language is still there. When defending set pieces and attacking the first action, it is still there. The season is long and will be up and down, but everyone is committed and ready to do it.